Hey guys, PsyStarcraft here, and my opponent for this game is going to be Qwerty with a rating of 758, 68, and 49 record, placed 9th in the division Medic Pepper. And here we go guys, this is going to be a Zerg versus Protoss on Metalopolis. You've got Psy on the left side as the red Zerg, against Qwerty, Qwerty, the top blue Protoss. And for those of you who don't know, Qwerty is actually the top 6 letters of your keyboard in a row. Qwerty. Funny little trick. It's kind of old though, so you probably already knew about that. But it used to be clever back in the day. This is going to be kind of a fun game slash tutorial video about defending against 4 gates or 3 gates or 3 gate robos or whatever a Protoss player is going to throw against you. And the most important part of defending against any kind of timing attack from a Protoss player is scouting it. There's no reason you shouldn't defeat it as long as you scout it. Unless you're going some crazy build like 4 hatcheries before spawning pool or something like that. But even if you do a fast expansion build or like quick tech to hydras or something crazy like that, as long as you scout it, any build you do with Zerg will put you in a position to be able to defend against it. And that's just kind of what I'm going to show you this game. You guys have been complaining about not seeing enough Protoss videos, so here is a Protoss video. And I apologize for no video yesterday. I wanted to take a little break from casting just because I had that slump, and I'm just not doing so hot in the one-on-one scene right now. I'm almost at 4 digits. I'm almost at 1,000 points, but I'm kind of teetering on that edge. So yeah. And we're seeing here, I've been trying a couple new builds lately. Not new, but things that I don't do often. We're seeing here I put down a 15 or 14 pool, and you'll notice I don't have any gas yet. So if you're a TOS player or any player and you scout this kind of build from a Zerg, you know he's going to be throwing down a hatchery whenever he doesn't get his gas with his pool. And here it comes. Now once that hatchery goes down, I usually get 1 or 2 more drones, and then I'll throw down my gas. Want to make sure to have enough food supply up here for your queen when it comes out. And also make sure to get an overlord. I guess those are kind of the same thing. But I did get a little bit too happy with the drones. You'll notice I canceled one of my eggs so I can get my queen. Completely neglected getting that extra overlord for my supply. Again, I'm still kind of working out these builds. 1 gas for the TOS player, continuing to pump probes rather, and he's saving up some chrono boost for something. Probably some warp gate tech here. There goes that cybernetics core. And the gas doesn't need to be mined because that would just be silly. That'd be silly. There we go. There's some drones going to that gas. Overlord finally popping and getting about 4 lings for scouting. Check a look at the harvester count, 16 to 21. So it looks like he is chrono boosting his Nexus a little bit. Researching those warp gates. And right now I don't have any forward lings or forward drones or even an overlord kind of hanging on the outskirts to scout the 4 gates. So you're going to see here, once I move my Zerglings up to his little area, I actually get a little bit lucky. My drone count is really low. What's up with that? It's kind of weird. Transferring a couple drones to my expansion, maybe a little too many drones. Now moving up with these lings, and this is always something you should do. You just might as well, because sometimes a opponent will reveal to you what he's doing. You see that? I went up one more time to click on those to make sure I knew what they were. He's getting 2 more gateways. He's getting a Twilight Council back there. So already I know exactly what he's doing. He should have built a pylon right here, or even just put his gateways back here, because he just revealed to me his entire plan for the game, and this is going to allow me to prepare for it. So scouting it, the most important thing, 2 spine crawlers going down. Still no lairs, still running off 1 gas. Minerals are very important for Zerg early game just because drones are awesome. So a couple spines. And there's that 3rd gateway just now finishing. Looks like he might be going a 3-gate blink build instead. This was actually a pretty old game, so I don't really remember. Yeah, there we go. So I'm getting 3 spines. Right now I still just have lings, and now I'm getting a lair. So because I'm getting a lair, I'm going to be going for hydras. Hydras are very effective against blink stalkers just because blink doesn't really do much against units that outrange you or have the same range as you. So really what he can do with blink against hydras is try to do some blink micro and blink back some weak ones, or go for like some blinking up here with an observer or up here with an observer, that kind of stuff. But Instead, he's just going to go for a frontal attack. 2 spines are up. If we look at the unit tab, I've got 9 lings, 2 his, 5 stalkers, and 2 zealots. But I also have 3 spines. They're nicely protecting this kind of backdoor right here. So looking okay. And the drone count is 24 to 26. So not as high as I'd like to be. I need to smooth out this build quite a bit. He's actually going to try to run up this ramp. And if we back up just a little bit, I should have anticipated this. I don't really have any blockade or any thing stopping him from running up. Not a lot of spines over here, so I should have anticipated it and blocked it off with my lings. And I actually get a bit lucky right here. A lot of lings just swarm out, and I'm able to catch this stalker over here in range of the spine. And see, look at that, perfect timing on the lings, able to finish off these stalkers. They do not have blink yet. How far is that research? Almost done. He's probably going to be able to save those 2. There we go. And he does have this proxy pylon as well. So defending the first little assault is always the most important thing. Once you do that, you're going to feel good the rest of the game. Running out a little bit too hastily with my lings. And at this point, I considered running all these lings around here for a little run by into his main. But I didn't want to risk it. I felt like all I needed to do was defend against this attack until my Hydras came, and I would be fine. I didn't want to go up here, do some economic damage, but risk him pushing in at that time. So it's always possible I could have just maybe split off 4 or so, but I didn't. Now still at 28 drones, his early pressure is forcing me to go a little bit heavy on the units, and my macro is a bit sluggish right now as well. That's actually a very low amount of drones. Still producing a lot of lings. Hydrogen is up, getting that Hydra range upgrade, and still only running off of 1 gas. Man, Jesus, what is wrong with me? 28 lings, there we go, there's some drones, 34 drones to 6 zealots and 7 stalkers. And see, he can't really push in. I've got these spines. He probably would have been, it would have been a good idea to maybe get an observer up here and try some blink harassment. Let's see, there's a 4th gateway right there, chrono boosting the hell out of his gateways here. And his saturation is could be a little bit better. It looks like he's not going to be preparing for any kind of expansion soon because he only has 19 probes. It's not like he could transfer or anything like that. Still just massing the lings. Lots of lings against his stalkers and zealots. His stalkers do have that blink. Still not injecting. Come on, bitch. 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 Oh. Oh. Spotting this proxy pylon, killing it while he's warping in tons of units. You know what? I'm curious. If you kill a pylon while they're warping in units, do they get their money back? Let's see. Let me click on a structure and see. Alright. So, I do run up while I was talking shit to the bitch. Alright, he spent his money. Pylon dead. Yeah, he does get his money back. Okay. So, if you kill a pylon while units are warping in, fun fact, the other player does get his money back. So, that's kind of cool. Does it lower? Does it... but they don't get their cooldown back. So, it is still worth it. Hydra's now on the field. Saturation is still a little bit light. I had these 4 spines and quite a few zerglings. I feel like I could have gone a little more drone heavy this game instead. Not really able to spread the creamer. That's the combination of creep and tumor. So not able to spread this creamer right now, just because he's kind of on the outskirts of my creep. He does replace that proxy pylon and another insurance pylon right there. And here's another spot when I could have run by. 2 lings are getting into his base, doing a little bit of scouting. Scouting wasn't too necessary. I just wanted to make sure he didn't have an expansion. I knew he was heavily invested in this 4-gate build. So these lings did their job, killed one or two probes. And right now, I'm just pumping out the Hydras. Running off 3 gas. Got quite a few Hydras. Not the best saturation right here. Does this game seem like it's going in slow motion to you guys? I feel like I've been casting forever, but like I don't have very much and he doesn't have very much. Well, actually he has a lot. Lots of Zealots and Stalkers moving out. Queen in there trying to help out. Zerglings in the front taking all the damage. Should back up just a little bit into range of these spines, but it looks like I'm doing alright regardless. More rings rallying in and these Zealots are all going to be dead. Stalker's not too effective against Hydras, even with Blink. A little bit of micro right there, blinking that weak Stalker back, continuing to warp in. And see, now I'm spreading that creep tumor because I do have this area security. I'm not going to be able to snipe that. Hydra's much better on creep. Now we have a nice little line of units here fighting each other. And his Stalkers, even with that Blink micro, look at all those shields. Like no shields on any of them except these 2 in the middle. So decent Blink micro right there. But at this point, he doesn't have an expansion up. Yeah, there we go. I do have a lot of Hydras, more units rallying, and he GG's and blinks into my Hydra force. So, most important thing when defending against 4 gates, when you take an early expansion like this, is to first of all scout it, get a nice Overlord, maybe right here or right here, fly it in if you have to sacrifice it, or just poke up this little ramp, and then you're almost always going to need spines. I've never seen anyone successfully defeat a 4 gate without spines, unless they get a lot of Zerglings and kind of surround them when their army isn't too strong. So, hope that helped you guys out a little bit, and that's going to be it. So, thanks for watching.